how the left is trying to criminalize all Trump supporters. Fox News contributor, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. Okay, I think you got three things. The constitutional argument. They did a snap impeachment, and now the facts are, oh, it was pre-planned. Oh, there were people that plotted, planned, schemed the whole thing and started it. And lastly, I would like to see a montage of the Democrats and their insurrectionist language played at the impeachment. What's good for them should be good. What's good for Trump should be good for them.
You know, I agree with all those as tactics, but there's something much more, I think, profound. And I just did a podcast on this at Gingrich 360, going all the way back to John Wilkes in the 1760s in Great Britain. The idea that a bunch of politicians sitting in Washington, D.C., think that they have the power to say to 75 million Americans, we will decide whether or not you get to vote for this guy again. That is such a profound attack on the entire American system. The level of corruption and ego that suggests for everybody who votes yes is astonishing. By what, just instead of talking about President Trump, talk about citizen Trump. That's what he is right now. He's a citizen. By what right do a bunch of Washington politicians have to reach out to a citizen and limit their opportunities based on what? Partisan hatred? This is one of the most profound attacks on the American system that we've ever seen. And unfortunately, it's an attack which the oligarchs, the giant internet companies, the propaganda media, all of them are on the same team. All of them are in favor of crushing the American people's right to pick the leaders they want and instead impose the leaders that the elites want. I think it's an amazing moment.
You know, it's an amazing moment. There's a part of me I was thinking, oh, let's just get this thing over, move on with the business of the country. I have a very different attitude now. I want it to keep going. I want them to drag it out. I want them to bring in witnesses. Then I want the president and his team to bring in their witnesses. And I want all of America, because we're going to hear Trump. We're going to see the edited videotape. Then I want to play them. I want to play them so maybe the few people that don't watch Hannity will have an opportunity to see something that they never saw before. Be interesting to watch the media mob get a little uncomfortable when they begin to see, oh, wow, look what Kamala Harris and Chuck Schumer and Maxine Waters and Joe Biden had to say. It might be a shock to some people, Mr. Speaker, that maybe don't watch us as they should be watching.
Look, I think you're onto something. I wish that the Trump lawyers would submit a public list of the people they want to subpoena, starting, of course, with Chuck Schumer for standing in front of the Supreme Court, and just ask him, what did his words mean? Maxine Waters, what did her words mean? Nancy Pelosi, you can go down the list. They can find 20 or 30 Democrats, and they should list all of them and say, these are our first defense witnesses. And we want the Senate to subpoena every one of these and demand that they come and testify. Now, remember, this is not a trial. This is like a mock court. This is not like a real trial. You don't have a judge. You have, anybody who's ever watched various movies and things.
You're being unfair to Pat. You're being unfair to Pat Leahy. He already declared Trump's guilty. That's unfair.
No. Wait a second, Sean. Hear me out. Every movie you've ever seen, where you have, for example, a criminal trial, if the jurors are not willing to say that they haven't made their mind up, they're struck from the jury. Now, how can you have a judge, quote, judge, who's already announced that he's for conviction? This is like a Western movie where the mob wants to lynch somebody and the judge is sitting there drunk saying, oh, go ahead, boys. This has no resemblance to a real trial. It is a mock trial, and it's pathetic.
It's pathetic. Let's extend it. Let them keep going. Days and days and days of it. And let's see what the result is for them. I'm hoping for that. All right, Mr. Speaker, thank you. When we come back, an unbelievable exchange with our own